What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your $1,400 third stimulus check update and third stimulus check package update. As the U.S. Senate has passed the third stimulus check package with $1,400 checks for adults, $1,400 checks for children, $1,400 checks for adult dependents and college student dependents, as well as the $30 billion for mortgage and rental assistance, utility assistance, and property tax assistance that I will be helping you guys claim when it becomes available, along with the $3,000 to $3,600 child income tax credit that will be paid out in monthly payments of $250 to $300 per month per child. I will also be helping you claim that when that becomes available, as well as the $300 per week unemployment extension, which does include a $10,200 tax credit that makes the first $10,200 of your unemployed money that you get paid, your unemployed income, not taxable. So the first $10,000 of unemployment money that you receive in 2020 will not be taxable, which is pretty crazy. There's so many things in this bill that is there's a lot of different what we call buckets of money in this third stimulus check package bill that has passed the Senate and now goes back to the U.S. House of Representatives for the final vote and then signed by the president, President Joe Biden, into law and will give you your checks. I'll be giving you all the details as we get them about when that will be happening. And in fact, let's go directly to the source, President Joe Biden, on the third stimulus check package. Also, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new updates on the third stimulus check package, as well as the fourth stimulus package that's already been announced, the Build Back Better package. We also cover the student loan forgiveness that's coming out, the $200 per month Social Security increase that could be coming out, and the next stimulus package coming out. Smash the like button, and here we go. President Joe Biden on the third stimulus check package.
Good afternoon. It's a good day today. You know, when we took office 45 days ago, I promised the American people that help was on the way. Today, I can say we've taken one more giant step forward in delivering on that promise, that help is on the way. I want to start off by thanking the Vice President, but I want to thank all of the senators who worked so hard to reach a compromise, to do the right thing for the American people during this crisis, and voted to pass the American Rescue Plan. It obviously wasn't easy. It wasn't always pretty, but it was so desperately needed, urgently needed. I also need to say a few words about the Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, who I spoke with many times in this and again this morning. I served in the Senate, as you all know, for many years. I've never seen anyone work as skillfully, as ably, as patiently, with determination to deliver such a consequential piece of legislation that was so urgently needed as the American Rescue Plan. Chuck Schumer, Senator Chuck Schumer, when the country needed you most, you led, Chuck, and you delivered. Neither I nor the country will ever forget that. And it's not a moment too soon. I've been talking about the urgency of this need. For over a year, the American people were told they were on their own. We've seen how hard that has been on so many Americans. As of last night, 519,064 lives lost to the virus. That many empty chairs this morning, the breakfast table, gone. More than 400 small businesses closed unnecessarily. Millions of people out of work through no fault of their own. I want to emphasize that. Through no fault of their own. Food bank lines stretching for miles. Did any of you ever think you'd see that in America? In cities all across this country? Families facing the threat of eviction. This nation has suffered too much for much too long. And everything in this package is designed to relieve the suffering and to meet the most urgent needs of the nation and put us in a better position to prevail. Starting with beating this virus and vaccinating the country. The resources in this plan will be used to expand and speed up manufacturing and distribution of vaccines so we can get every single American vaccinated sooner than later. I believe we'll have enough by the middle of May to vaccinate. It's going to take longer to get in their arms, but that's how much vaccine we'll have. Because of all the funding, we'll be able to hire more vaccinators, set up more vaccination sites to get the country in a place to get back to normal. This plan will get checks out the door starting this month to the American people who so desperately need the help. Many of whom are lying in bed at night, staring at the ceiling, wondering, will I lose my job if I haven't already? Will I lose my insurance? Will I lose my home?
Speaking of insurance, another thing that's in this bill is if you lose your job or you have lost your job, that there's COBRA insurance that basically lets you continue your insurance from your workplace that you have lost, that you no longer work at or you're laid off from. Well, in this bill, the government will actually pay 100% of your premium. So and COBRA is very expensive, like $1,000 a month or hundreds and hundreds, depending on how many people in your family and your age and all that stuff. But it's very expensive. Well, the federal government is actually going to pay your entire monthly premium for COBRA. I think COBRA goes for 12 to 18 months, depends on the wording of the bill. But basically, yeah, they're going to pay for your COBRA insurance. So basically, free healthcare for 12 to 18 months if you lose your job during 2020 from this third stimulus check bill. That's kind of just another bucket of money that applies to obviously some people from this third stimulus check package, which is actually pretty good news.
Over 85% of American households will get direct payments of $1,400 per person. For a typical middle-class family of four, husband and wife working, making $100,000 a year total, with 3 kids, they'll get $5,600. I mean, with 2 kids, we'll get $5,600, and it'll be on the way soon. That means the mortgage can get paid. That means the child can stay in community college. That means maintaining the health insurance you have. It's going to make a big difference in so many lives in this country. Unemployment benefits will be extended for 11 million Americans who've lost their jobs, who last night, again, were lying in bed thinking, my Lord, I'm going to lose my unemployment insurance in a week or so. It was about to expire. Schools are going to have the resources they need to open safely. States and local governments that have lost tens of thousands of essential workers will have the resources they need available to them. To those laid off police officers, firefighters, teachers, and nurses they can rehire. These are essential personnel. Look, the American Rescue Plan lowers health care premiums, food and nutrition assistance. It's hard to believe that 24 million adults and 11 million children, as I speak, in the United States suffer from food insecurity.
By the way, there's an increase of SNAP, WIC, and EBT programs in here, along with an extension of those. If you think that if you're low income, you should apply for SNAP benefits, which is basically the new version of food stamps. It's all through debit cards and stuff like that now. But some families of four actually get over $1,000 a month in free food, basically a debit card that they can just use for food. So it's $1,000 every month. If you're a family of one or two, I mean, it might be half or a quarter of that. Obviously, if you're one person instead of four, but you should apply for it through your state. Just go online and Google SNAP benefits with your state and apply, because this is programs that the government offers and could be hundreds of dollars per month for you. They're increasing it, and they're also increasing the eligibility, and they're extending the bonus money, the 15% on there. So you should really, if you're a low income person, you should just apply for it and see what happens, because if you get it, again, it's just basically stimulus money from the government sent directly to you every single month. And as we've seen President Biden say there, $5,600 for a family of four just from the stimulus checks alone. That's $1,400 per person. The average family size is 4 people, 2 adults, and 2.2 children. So the average family of four is going to get $5,600 just from these stimulus checks alone. And we know that the stimulus checks is really just one thing in there. We also have the $3,000 to $3,600 child stimulus checks. And that is in addition to the $1,400 per person. So basically, children are going to get $1,400 stimulus checks. Obviously, it goes to the parents to pay for their, their housing, their food, their clothing, all that stuff. But in addition to that, they're increasing the child income tax credit from $2,000 that was increased in the previous administration, former President Donald Trump, and actually his daughter Ivanka Trump was one of the person that like pushed for that. I get a lot of comments on that, thinking that it was Melania Trump, but it was actually Ivanka Trump, the daughter, that was actually pushing and kind of made that a realization. And now President Biden is taking that up and increasing it from $2,000 to $3,000 and $3,600 for children under the age of 6. Children over the age of 6, $300. The IRS is setting up a brand new program for this to actually pay the families monthly $250 per month for children over the age of 6, or $3,000 for 1 year, and $300 per month for a total of $3,600 for children under the age of 6. This will likely kick in a few months from now, even though they passed it in this package. There's a possibility that there could be a one lump sum of 6 months all at the beginning when they launch this program, as opposed to having to wait all the way to the end of next year's taxes to basically get this money. So I will be helping you guys how to claim this when this becomes available on this channel. So yeah, this is the largest stimulus check package, not only because of the $1,400 for the children is more than double what we had before. $1,400 for adult dependents and college student dependents who didn't even get a check before. They literally went from 0 to $1,400. However, those again go to the person who claims them as a dependent, but there is $1,400 in there earmarked for them. So, but again, it goes to the person who claims the dependent. We have the $3,000, $3,600 child stimulus checks. We have the increase of SNAP, WIC, and EBT. We have the mortgage assistance, rental assistance, property tax assistance, utility assistance that will be coming out from this package. We also have $350 billion going to states and cities, of which we will end up seeing some state and local county stimulus checks, such as the recent stimulus packages we've seen in California with $600 stimulus checks going to millions of residents in California. I believe it's almost 6 million low income residents in California get this. You have to file your 2020 tax return and you will get it as a refund, an additional $600 in your tax return for California. We also just had the state of Maryland pass a state stimulus check, $300 to $500 for certain people, and money for small businesses, and all sorts of different things in the state of Maryland. We will be seeing more of this because there's $350 billion going to all 50 states, territories, and tribal governments. And there's actually a new provision in there that says that they have to spend more of the money going to states and cities this time around on basically you guys, the people, for stimulus checks and mortgage and rental assistance, property tax assistance, utility assistance. They have to spend more of that money this time around on the people and programs such as that. So we're actually going to see a lot more of these state and local income checks, stimulus checks, and also like mortgage and rental and utility assistance expanded to a lot more people. When those become available, also, I will keep you updated on those as well on this channel as well.
And 11 million children, as I speak, in the United States suffer from food insecurity. That means simply they don't have enough food to eat. Did you ever imagine in the United States of America, you'd see lines literally miles long, kids, folks in their automobiles waiting for a box of food to be put in their trunk? I stood in line handing out food. The people coming up never, ever, ever thought they'd be in that position. This helps families who are behind in their rent and their mortgage payments so they aren't thrown out of their homes. Look, the bottom line is this. This plan puts us on a path to beating the virus. This plan gives those families who are struggling the most the help and the breathing room they need to get through this moment. This plan gives small businesses in this country a fighting chance to survive. And one more thing, this plan is historic. Taken all together, This plan is going to make it possible to cut child poverty in half. Let me say it again. It's significant, historic. We'll cut child poverty in half. There's much more to this bill, but for now, let me make one final point. When I was elected, I said we were going to get the government out of the business of battling on Twitter and back in the business of delivering for the American people, of making a difference in their lives, giving everyone a chance, a fighting chance, of showing the American people that their government can work for them. And passing the American Rescue Plan will do that. And you know, it may sound strange, but a lot of senators and congressmen I want to thank, but I really want to thank the American people for making all this possible. You say, well, how did they make it possible? Well, quite frankly, without the overwhelming bipartisan support of the American people, this would not have happened. Your elected officials heard you. Overwhelming public support. Every public opinion poll shows overwhelming support for this plan. And for the last weeks, it's shown that. Every public opinion poll shows that people want this. They believe it's needed, and they believe it's urgent. Now this bill returns to the House of Representatives, which has done a great job from the beginning, where I hope it will find quick passage so it can be sent to my desk to be signed into law. By passing the American Rescue Plan, we'll have heeded the voice of the American people, not ignored their voices. By passing this plan, we would have delivered real, tangible results for the American people and their families. And they'll be able to see and know and feel the change in their own lives. And by passing this plan, we'll have proved that this government, this democracy, can still work. What has to be done? It'll improve people's lives. And one more thing. The vast majority of economists, left, right, and center, from Wall Street to the private economic polling initiatives, the economists, as I said, left, right, and center, say, in addition to the needs the people have, we need this to grow the economy. That if we haven't spent this money and recreated the kind of incentive for people to be able to make a good living, that we'd be in real trouble. This will create millions of new jobs. There's estimated over 6 million new jobs by itself. Increase the gross domestic product by $1 trillion. Put our nation in a position to outcompete the rest of the world, because the rest of the world is moving, particularly China. And to know that as tough as this moment is, there are brighter days ahead. There really are. As I said before, it's never a good bet to bet against America. It's never been a good bet to bet against the American people. We are America. We're going to get there. We're going to remain the leading economy in the world and going to be the most successful economy in the world because of you, the American people. Thank you, and God bless you all. May God protect our troops. Thank you.
So I will be keeping you updated on the status of the third stimulus check package. It has passed the House. It now goes, it did initially pass the House. Then it went to the Senate and they amended it. So then now basically the Senate has passed it. It passed with a 50-49 vote. 50 Democrats said yes. 49 Republicans said no. All Republicans said no. One Republican wasn't there. He went to a funeral. So that's why it passed with a simple majority of 50-49. It now goes back to the House because they amended it. They took out the minimum wage. They changed the unemployment. They changed the stimulus check income qualifications. And now goes back to the U.S. House of Representatives to be passed again by the House because they have to pass the same bills. So then, as President Biden said, it will go to his desk where he will sign it. I will keep you updated on the status of all this and when to expect this to happen as we get more information. Remember, new videos come out every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., 8 p.m. and 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't yet. It's completely free to do so. Click the bell icon after subscribing to get notifications when we go live, and share this video with your family and friends so that they know what is going on with this third stimulus check and the next stimulus packages coming after this. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on Amazon FBA. I have dozens of students that have replaced their 9-to-5 income selling products on Amazon, and I teach them how to do that. Click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.